a spatula to take your prints off? Bleh! No, we want the real thing. Like the cool kids, we want a flexible build plate, and that's exactly what we're going to build right into this printer. And I'm going to show you the good,
Yes!
the bad,
Fuck.
and the ugly.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Fuck. Son of a bitch! As you probably have seen from the intro, the video did not go as planned. This was really hard to install, but it was mostly mistakes from my end. To keep this video nice and short, I will guide you through the best parts, and during mistakes I will just voice over it and tell you what I did wrong and how I fixed it. Hey everyone, welcome to the Emerald Show. How did you all sleep? Really? Well, that's just great. You know, I slept pretty great myself too. Special welcome to the Emerald Rock Candy Patreon subscribers, and let's begin. We're going to try to modify the build plate to become magnetic, because I am a little clumsy and it's very easy for me to break that stuff. As some of you may know, with my previous 3D printer, the Anycubic Photon, I actually destroyed the build plate quite easily, and it's just not for me to scrape that off. I get impatient, I break my spatula or I scratch the metal, and this magnetic build plate was basically heaven. I can just rake it loose and it's done. That was how easy it was to get prints off the plate. So now naturally I want to get something similar on my Uniformation GK2. Totally not, because I broke it already. So yeah, let's take a look at how it looks inside. Now, one major difference here is that this is not officially made for the Uniformation GK2. This one is actually somewhere around the millimeter range of the build plate that I have right now. So it should be fine, but we never know. And that's why I'm testing it out for you guys, so that you can make the right decision and let me fail if it's not. Before we unbox this one, I think it's fair to take a look at the build plate as it is right now. Here you can see there are some deep scratches there. There's one here at the edge. I got impatient and I did it wrong. So yeah, scraping off stuff off the build plate is not for me. I absolutely hate it. These scratches are pretty deep, by the way. So yeah, I pretty much ruined it already. Just a word of advice, while this is still printable, because it's technically still a relatively flat surface, this is the best it will ever be, especially in my case, with being clumsy and all. And I cannot believe that I would be the only one. At least I hope. It will only get worse from here. Alright, let's open it up. It's a pretty heavy box, not gonna lie. Size-wise does add up though, so that's nice. What does this say? Like Sun GmbH. Okay, there's a German company. Some Chinese stuff. It comes from Germany lately. I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. I don't want to scratch this build plate, obviously. So I'm just trying to be as gentle as I can be without breaking it, because that would be expensive. So this is the front of the box. So basically slicing here would mean... Okay. Yeah. Alright. That's better. Ooh, show me the boobies. Ooh, look at that. Oh, there's two of them. Let me just try to pry them loose. Okay, so here's the, I guess this is the plate. Look at this beauty. And it pretty much fits the build plate. Nice. Let's focus on this peculiarity for now, because this needs to stick to this. There's two things you have to be careful with when applying this stuff. The first thing is you only get one shot, so do it right. The second thing is make sure that your surface is clean and free of dust. So we're going to use alcohol and we're going to use this bloating to make sure there's as little dust as possible on it. One rule of thumb is what I noticed, that even if your build plate is heavily scratched, and my old build plate from the Anycubic was way more scratched than this one, it doesn't matter. It will still work. It's fine. So just keep that in mind. So our goal is to basically stick this to the build plate. Here's the plan. As you can see, it's a little bit smaller than the original build plate. You're going to lose a few millimeters on either side, but it's ever so tiny. So there's no need to worry there. And what we're going to do is we're going to focus on applying this as neatly as possible. And the way that we're going to do this is by using tape to create a little door that we can just open and then shut. we're gonna put this thing on. I know it's not clean yet, but it doesn't matter. There's a protective film on top of it, so it will be fine. All right, let's put this thing against this part so that we can easily open her up. And now we can clean the surface. So what we're going to do is you're going to get a clean paper towel. You're going to get isopropanol alcohol. Always put the cap back on because it evaporates pretty quickly. So you want to make sure that everything is just well rinsed and well dried. So, all right, okay, all good. Now, it's blowing all the dust off, which there is quite a bit. The moment of truth. So I noticed it's not really aligned, so make sure that you actually like the way that's aligned, because you're gonna have to look at it all your life. So now we're going to take it up and we're going to remove the sticker. And I'm going to start from here, but I can imagine that you want to start from the other side. I'm just peeling it off. All right, and now you're gonna make sure that you are in the way as you want it to be. And with my index fingers underneath, I'm pulling away the rest. So make sure that you're stuck to the build plate just the way you want it and not a millimeter next to it. It's not exactly straight, but it's perfectly within the limits. You could technically make it let go again, but it will weaken the chemical structure. So it's better to just leave it as it is. Like, as long as it doesn't stick out anywhere, you're good to go. This really looks neat. It does let go quite easily. She's all set up. Let's clean up the surface and let's initiate the leveling sequence. So as you can see, I have cleaned up my workspace a little bit and I grabbed some tools that I found in the box, which is this stuff right here. I got the leveling testing kit that is also included with the printer. And as you can see, they basically say that they deliver the build plate pre-leveled before delivery. This is just for a backup. Of course, we need this because we just changed ours. Leveling the build plate did not go as planned and the build plate kind of crashed into the display. Luckily, no damage was done and I pressed the emergency button just in time. I will make sure that this won't happen to you. What I did during leveling is just as the tutorial says, to undo the screws and the inner screws right here. We just turn them as instructed in the video. I will link the video in the description below. The problem, however, was that I couldn't get it right. I don't know what exactly happened, but I just couldn't get it right. What I did instead was I unscrewed every screw all the way, even though that wasn't instructed by the tutorial. What you get then is this part right here, it comes off. And of course you shouldn't do this when this is still in the printer. And when it was coming off, I saw that one of the internal screws was sideways, which is likely what happened during my prints. When the build plate gets down to the display, the screw that was sideways probably has put pressure on the rest of the build plate and kind of got it to go diagonal, pressing onto the screen. And this is also why it randomly worked and randomly didn't work. I don't know if this was always there or that is something that I have done, but unscrewing every screw all the way, getting this plastic part off, really fixed it because I could see what was happening inside and could get everything back together, and since then it never happened again. I leveled just as instructed after that and everything was fine. Well, back to Best Emerald. Right, this is not exactly a new object, we have printed this one before, but I'm gonna print the sleeping mask standard again to see if it works. It's not a new model, but it will show if the printer still works and we can check out the magnetic build plate. Of course, before we get started, let's put on the gloves, remove the resin fat, mask up, not in that order, and see how the print is going. Let's get going. So as you can see, I only wear one glove because I like to use the other hand for the touchscreen. Make sure everything stays clean. This is the first time we're going to test this new build plate. I'm gonna need to get the dust off. There we go. Alright, let's remove the cap. There we go. And she's all loose. Even the printer's impatient. She already got the screensaver. Alright. So here we go. Let's close her up. All secure. Here she goes. Oh, it's always so scary to see. Seems fine now. So whatever it was, it seems to be a one-off. We're gonna let her keep printing and we'll check back later. Seems it's done, but did it do well? Ooh, nice. It actually looks like it held up pretty well. On first glance, there doesn't seem to be any damage. What we're going to do is we're going to lift up this build plate. And you kind of want to make sure that you have enough grip on it. Here we go. Now it's time to test the magic. So we're just gonna wiggle this thing. Okay, that sounded good. Now we can just take the model and just peel it off. Look at that. Nothing on the surface. So I'm just gonna clean up the whole thing. Making sure that it's just completely void of any resin. So that I can take this and put it right back. Oh. Without scratching anything, of course. There we go. So now you can see that this side is still dirty, but now at least this side is clean, meaning that I can safely clean this side alone. The best part? Not a scratch on the build plate. That is really amazing. Now we have enough space to put this here. And I'm going to move a few things, and let's open the isopropanol, put it in, close the isopropanol, and do the poor man's resin cleaner job, which basically is, we're gonna do it for a while. You can open it again, and this should be all clean now. So let's just start breaking them off, which goes surprisingly easily. I'm also looking away a bit because the middle part, no, actually the middle part's fine. Whoa, did this really work out? Did this really work out in one go? Are you guys kidding me? Yes, the thing works. The print works. Oh my God. Oh my God. We did our first successful mod. Oh my God. Yes. Oh boy, nice! If I didn't wear a mask, you could see my face right now. And if I didn't wear gloves, I could move the camera so you could see my face right now. But damn, this looks good. Look at this. Look at this. It's there. We did it. We rigged it off in magnetic build plate. I'm so glad I got that on camera. Holy moly. This is gold. Guys, I'm really glad that you were here. It was a lovely video to do, a little bit overwhelming with all of the stuff, but I really loved it nonetheless. If you're going to bed, of course, you need to recognize peculiarities, and if you want to support the channel, feel free to join my Emerald Rock Candy Patreon club. And I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.